Welcome to myotherapyhealthcare.com. This is Laura Lee. I'm a nutritional herbalist, and I'm reading to you about Dr. Bronner's magical soaps. This is part 3. This is all one, Ralph. In the late 60s, a funny thing happened. The soap started to sell. The young people of that decade discovered that his Pure Castile 18-in-1 soap was good for shampooing your hair, washing their bell bottoms, defleaing their cats, and scrubbing down their VW buses. Sitting in a sudsy tub with no other reading material in hand, they pursued the labels, and the words would come speak to some of them. People would soak off the labels for framing, Ralph said. He had a letter from Dr. Bronner's fan claiming, "Your label is my Bible." When he'd visit California, he'd be amazed to find hippies gathered around Bronner like a guru. Some indications of devotion to a product and a philosophy began to make him look at his father's life work in an entirely different light. There are other labels with messages, Ralph said. Celestial Seasonings tea had some pretty safe sayings, but we were the only ones to say Stalin was a greater mass murderer than Hitler. Emanuel Bronner had come to America after falling out with his strict Orthodox Jewish father in Germany. The senior Bronner wanted his son to stick to the family trade, soap making, and not get involved in politics. Young Emanuel, however, often brought up political issues with other workers at the soap factory. The last communication Emanuel had from his parents came from the concentration camp in which they died. It was a postcard that said, "You were right, your loving father." His father had always told Dad not to enjoy himself. Ralph recalled, "When Dad started to make money, he'd send me a check from time to time with 'Enjoy or you're not my son' written on it." Bronner went blind and later began to show the telltale signs of Parkinson's disease. He also became calmer and easier to deal with. Ralph spent more time helping out with the business, now being run by Ralph. His sister-in-law, Trudy, is the CEO, and her eldest son, David, is the president. Ralph's brother, Jim, died in 1998. Sister Ellen died many years before. The business has grown so that it now has the sales of $5 million a year, and as Ralph puts it, we live the label. That means more than just using the soaps faithfully. It means paying for wells to be dug in an impoverished village in Ghana, giving gigantic bonuses to the 15 employees at the factory, donating a 1,200-acre plat near Mount Palomar Observatory in Southern California to the Boys and Girls Club. Bronner had bought the land thinking that viewing the stars made one aware of God's majesty, and also it was a good place to keep track of Halley's Comet. So the next one is chapter 4, part 4, Ralph, Why Am I Alive? So this is about Dr. Bronner, the soap, Pope with soap, and love life, and life will love you back. This is sort of fun. Okay, bye for now.